I want to let my feelings out, but I don't know how to phrase this eloquently. So, bear with me, video journal. But I'm really lonely. And I really hate to admit that I'm upset about that because I don't know, recently I've just been doing my best to find, like, a way to be content with my life without relying on other people, and just to have a sense of self and not to completely, like, ruin myself over other people, but it's just, it sucks. 'Cause I just, like, there's not, I feel like a lot of the time, like, there's just not much to bring me joy. And I know that's, like, really what I need to work on, is just finding ways to bring myself joy through myself. But I really miss, like, being completely obsessed with crushes. Because I used to, I don't know, my life was, like, completely always just revolved around crushes and stuff, and just wanting someone to be with me, which is something that I absolutely have been doing my best to work on. But, like, when you have that kind of mentality, like, what are you going to achieve anyways? Because there's nothing else that'll make you feel fulfilled, and of course that kind of, like, mindset towards relationships and stuff will absolutely not bring you a healthy relationship. It does the exact opposite, because it's always just limerence, and it's just, but yeah, so this is something that's very embarrassing for me to talk about now, because it's something that I've actually been acting towards, like, growing from, but, of course, like, I've been making progress, but it still sticks with me, because, progress isn't linear and stuff, but I just, I don't know, I don't being single, I guess, but, like, patience is key and stuff, and what's important is to not focus on that, and to just enjoy what you have, and, just find joy in what you can control, and work on what you can control. But, I don't know, I still dwell on it, and I just, oh my god, I'm sorry, I'm being so slow. I'm, like, making sounds, but I'm not, like, saying anything meaningful, really, but I don't like it, and I really do miss when I would completely just lose myself and become totally obsessed with, like, whatever guy would give me attention, even if it just completely ruined me. But, then, like, I had never known, like, who I was. I've never really had a sense of self ever in my life until just, like, recently. I've kind of been, like, learning about, like, who I am outside of, just, like, romantic feelings. So, and I've definitely really liked that, but, I don't know, like, at times, like, especially right now, like, I just always, like, miss it, and I know it, like, would always just lead me to being, like, totally in shambles, especially, like, I would just completely dwell on what I couldn't control, like, because no one's ever really been, like, interested in me, so I would, like, dwell on the fact that, like, whoever I liked wouldn't care about me the way that I cared about them, but that's not anyone's fault, and what you should care about is what you can control. So, yeah, that was actually the first time that, I kind of had this, like, realization that I really need to, you know, get my shit together, because, I don't know, I've always kind of been aware that this is, like, unhealthy, but, I don't know, I never really took action towards getting better until, like, just last year, because, basically, you know, when I was, like, going through puberty and stuff, and even, like, up until I was 16, I was very unattractive, I was overweight and stuff, and then once I, you know, got a little better looking, I took the first opportunity that I could, like, the first guy that, like, flirted with me that was, like, in my age range, I took that opportunity, but it was, like, shallow, it was superficial kind of connection, like, there was no real thing, and it just kind of, but still, like, it was the first time that I actually had something like that, so I was, like, obsessed with this guy. I didn't act irrationally about it, I never, make it evident when I feel that way, because outwardly, like, I do my best to make things just right for the other person, but it, of course, like, would wear on me, but, like, this guy didn't really commit me the way that I did, and that was no one's fault, but I was very upset about that, but for the first time, like, that was the first time that I decided that instead of dwelling on what I can't control, like, I would just do my best to do what was best for me and move on from it, and, like, after that, like, one little small decision that I made, it kind of just opened up this new world for me about just other things, and, yeah, I feel like now, like, I've grown, but I'm, like, mentally, but, I'm still very, like, I still get very lonely, but I think everyone does, but it sucks, but I think that's a lot better than thinking that, like, I absolutely need it, because I know there's things in life outside of relationships and stuff, and it's good that I realized that, but now I just think it sucks, and that's, like, fine to think it sucks, like, many people just dwell on that, and that's fine, but, I think that if I were to, like, have, like, a reciprocated crush now, like, I would be a little better at it, because I would just make sure to monitor everything I do, and most importantly, be honest with myself about how I feel, even if it's unhealthy, but, like, you know, like, I'll still enjoy the happiness that I get. That still leads to the extreme, like, unhappiness that I would feel. But I would just have to be absolutely honest with myself and my therapist. And that's, like, definitely, like, the key thing. But the thing is, whenever I discuss this issue with therapists and psychologists and stuff, they always boil it down to low self-esteem. and that's it. And don't get me wrong, it is absolutely a result of low self-esteem. That's something that has caused a lot of other things in my life. But it feels a lot more complex than that, and this, like, feeling that I always had towards, like, romantic relationships definitely also ties in with this, like, need that I've always had to just fill, like, this void that I have, and that it kind of ties in with, like, the same reason of me always, like, needing something to feel whole, whether that be, like, shopping, or drinking, or, just anything. Thank God I'm not old or rich enough to get plastic surgery, because I know for a fact that that would also be another part of that, and then I'd be very botched. But, yeah, forget what I was saying, I'm sorry, but it's definitely, like, it's also the reason that I was overweight, because I also had that same kind of feeling towards junk food and stuff. Just the instant gratification of it. Just, like, the feeling of something new to, like, fill this, like, hole in my heart. But, something that I definitely need to learn is to, feel whole in myself, and, I still don't really know how to do that yet, but, I think if I just, learn a little more, and also patience, just be patient with myself, I think I should do that, because, I've noticed that what I've been doing recently, just, like, the things I've been thinking to myself, and just, like, my habits and stuff, I've noticed that just being consistent with it has, been making progress as I've been patient. So I think patience is the key with it, but, yeah, I just really wanted to complain about this, about how lonely I feel, because, maybe if I let out my feelings of being lonely rather than acting on it, and stuff, and just being impulsive, it will work better. Like, if I just talk about how I feel, instead of, looking for attention from guys, in the long run, that will work out better. I don't know. I keep saying the same things. I keep repeating myself. I'm talking so much, but I'm not really saying anything, and that's, I don't know, I probably am not making any sense right now, but I'm making sense to myself. So, yeah.